Bonjour from Paris. If you're planning to visit the city soon, the best way to get around might not be what you think. So in this video, we're going to be sharing our best tips and tricks on how to get around the city cheaply and easily using the metro, so you don't make the mistakes that tourists always make. By the way, hi, I'm Amelia, and I've been in Paris for 3 years, and I've made all the Paris mistakes that can possibly be made, and I'm going to tell you how to avoid them. Throughout the video, we'll be teaching you some French keywords and phrases that you'll be needing throughout your trip. So, on y va! To help you better understand the metro, we're going to be showing you how to get from the Arc de Triomphe all the way to Arts and Métiers in the lovely district of the Marais. There are several ways to help you navigate the Paris metro. Our personal favourite is the app City Mapper, which is great because it gives you live updates and you can also use it in several other cities. And then we've got Google Maps, which is also a hard favourite. And then we've got the Paris Metro's own app, which is called Bonjour RATP. And this is great for live updates on how the metro is running and where you can also buy tickets, but there'll be more on that later. So before we actually start our journey, let's talk a little bit about the structure of the Paris Metro. So the Paris Metro is owned by the French government and there are 16 lines in total. There is 1 through 14 and then 3 bis and 7 bis. I would tell you about the 3 bis and the 7 bis lines, but honestly, after 3 years of living in Paris, I have never had to use them, so you wouldn't either. Each metro line has its own designated colour and number, but usually when talking about a metro, you'd refer to it just by its number, like line 6, line 8, etc. And there is also a second type of rail transport in Paris called the RER, but I won't be talking too much about it because tourists usually end up just taking the metro. So when you look at the Paris metro map, you'll notice the individual stops are shown as dots and all the connections are shown as thicker white lines. Paris public transportation technically has 5 zones, but you don't have to worry about them because the metro only goes through 1 and 2. But for now, let's get back to our commute. You can see here that there are several options. So we're going to have 9 stops from Charles de Gaulle Étoile on line 1, and then we're going to transfer Hôtel de Ville to line 11 for 2 stops until we get to Arts and Métiers, the heart of the Marais, and the perfect stop to get out and find cute boutiques and cafes. You can see with City Mapper it tells you the price, which in this case is €4 because of the Olympics, but normally it should be €2.15. And it even tells you what part of the metro you should get on. You can find the metro with the Metro, Metropolitan or M signs around the city, and each station will indicate what line it's for. There are 2 types of entrances for a metro station. The sign that says this entrance is only for travellers with tickets, or this sign tells you that you can purchase tickets from this entrance, meaning that there'll be a member of staff present in case you have questions. But typically when you get into a station, you'll see several ticket machines, maps, a manned ticket booth, and the metro ticket barriers. Are you getting overwhelmed with your trip to Paris? Well, our Paris 101 guide tells you everything you need to know before your trip. Get the inside scoop on what to do, where to go, and logistical tips as well. To get it, just click the link in the description box below. Speaking of links in the description box, we've got a ton of great resources for you if you want to visit Paris like a local. Now let's get back to our trip to the Marais. Now that we're in the station, let's talk about how to buy a metro ticket. Of course, nowadays the word ticket is a bit misleading because most people actually don't use paper tickets anymore, but instead we'll top up a plastic card that looks like this with virtual tickets. This card is called a Navigo Easy card. It costs a couple of euros and you can purchase them at tobacco stores, which are called tabacs, and travel card sales points at major stations. However, the easiest way to get one is just to walk into any metro station with a manned ticket booth and just to buy one directly from there. You can still purchase paper tickets at a machine, but for the ease of not having to manage loads of single-use tickets and for the environment, we'd recommend getting a Navigo Easy card because it's honestly what the locals would do. We also just got the most exciting update regarding the Metro card in Paris. So the Paris Metro just rolled out a new feature where you can now use your phone to hold your tickets and skip the flimsy paper ones. You can also load tickets onto your Navigo Easy Pass by using your phone. All you have to do is select the ticket you want, and in this case, I'll be buying a single ticket from my phone. There are different types of tickets you can buy. There's the standard ticket known as a T+. This is a ticket that works for all metro lines and RER trains within the Paris metropolitan area. The price of the standard adult ticket for one ride on the metro is €2.15 for one, or €17.35 for 10. Children under 4 travel for free, and children under 10 benefit from a 50% discount on all tickets. And if you want to learn more about it, we have a whole post about it on the Love in Paris website, which you can read by clicking the link that we put in the description. The T Plus ticket is perfect for you if you don't plan on using the metro much, because it means that you pay as you go. But if you plan on using the metro a lot, we really recommend you get a weekly pass or a day pass. However, there is a catch with these passes. Let me explain. Each pass is valid for a set time frame. For example, the weekly pass is €30 and it's valid from Monday to Monday. However, if your trip is Wednesday to Wednesday, you'll have to buy 2 separate passes, and when you work it all out, you actually don't save any money. So what would I get? It really depends on how much you're going to be using the metro and the length of your trip. For busy days, I love a day pass, which is €8.65, meaning that after 5 trips, you'll have already paid it off. However, another option is to get the T Plus tickets and pay as you go, which is always going to be a good option for tourists. We actually have a full guide on how to pay for public transportation up on the Love in Paris website, and the link is just down below. See these signs? They're saying that line 1 goes from this station. You can tell because it's yellow in colour and it says line 1. To figure out which direction to go in, we need to check our app. So we can see here that the app is telling us to get line 1 and travel in the direction of Château de Vincennes, which is the last stop of line 1 going east. You follow these signs to the platform. You can also find these signs that show you every station going in a certain direction, so you can find the station that you're going on there too. You can see on this line here that we're going to Hôtel de Ville. It even shows us what lines are at that stop, which really helps since we know that we need to transfer to line 11. Typically trains come every 3 to 5 minutes, but during rush hour and on busier lines, you'll find they'll come every 1 to 2 minutes. But on the other hand, at night the wait can get up to 15 minutes depending on which line it is. But all stations will have digital signs with the waiting time for the next metro. When riding the metro, here are 6 general tips and things to avoid. Number 1, I see a lot of tourists think that all the doors on the metro are automatic, when in actual fact there are 3 different types of doors on the metro. You've got the buttons, the handles, and then the automatic doors. If it's the buttons or the handles, it's your job to open the doors when you're getting on and off the metro. Number 2, to sit or not to sit. The folding seats on the metro are priority seating, and they're also a way to make room in a crowded metro car. So, if you find yourself on a folding seat, just make sure to get up to allow other passengers to get on the metro. Number 3, do not throw away your metro tickets. Between your phone and the plastic Navigo card, you probably won't have an issue, but if you do find yourself using the little paper metro tickets, just make sure to not throw them away until you exit at the end of your journey, otherwise you might get fined. Number 4, please do not get on the metro before the people that are in the car have gotten off. The metro stopped for long enough that you won't have a problem getting on. Number 5, avoid peak hours if you can. The rush hour in Paris is from 8 AM till 10 AM and then again from 5 PM till 8 PM. Number 6, know which lines have aircon. Summers in Paris get really hot, so if you want to have a comfortable ride on the metro, you need to know which lines have air conditioning. Lines 1, 2, 5, 9 and 14 have proper cold air. Lines 4, 7, 7bis, 9 and 14 have mechanical fans, and lines 3, 3bis, 6, 10, 11 and 12 just have roof vents that aren't very cooling at all. As for safety, the biggest issue that tourists face are pickpockets. And unfortunately, while you can't stop this from happening to you, there are a few precautions that you can take. And I've been in Paris for 3 years and not once have I ever been pickpocketed, so here are my recommendations. Number 1, don't use your phone near the doors. Either keep your phone in your bag or keep it out of sight until the doors are closed, or sit in the 4-seaters away from the door. Number 2, keep the right bag. It's so common to be shoulder to shoulder in the metro, so it's important to have a bag that has a zip or that can be worn under the arm like a tote bag, so hands can't sneak in. Number 3, if something's in your pocket, consider it gone. That goes for keys, phone, wallets, so keep all your possessions on you and your valuables hidden away in a zip pocket. You'll notice that French people tend to stay quiet on public transportation, and this helps to avoid unwanted attention on the metro. Okay, now where were we? Each metro car has multiple maps of the line along with its connections. So for us, we're here and we need to go here. I pay attention to the names 2 stops before I have to get off, and then look out the window for the station name signs. All metro stations have plenty of these signs. Look, it's Hôtel de Ville. This is our stop to transfer to line 11. Now, just to check the app for which is the next line and which direction we'll go in, but we can also check the sign to see where the stop we need is. I'm looking out for these signs that say line 11 towards Rosny-Bois-Perrier. We finally made it to Arts and Métiers. Let's find an exit. Most stations will have several exits that are numbered. You'll find which one you need in Citymapper, and then all you have to do is follow the signs. And to get out, you just walk through the exit doors and you won't need to rescan your ticket. The Paris Metro is not very accessible. A lot of stations are really old and will only have staircases and not even escalators. The only fully accessible line is the line 14, which has elevators that lead all the way from the outside to the platform. And if you're looking for a fully accessible itinerary, Citymapper and the Bonjour RATP app has an option for that. Génial! You've done your first metro ride with me. I know it probably still feels a little daunting at first, but trust me, after a few rides on the metro, you'll find that it's actually really simple and really easy. And if you're stuck, no worries, because there's usually a person working in a booth in the metro station that will always be happy to help. Just be warned that not all staff members will speak English, but the RATP tries to place English-speaking staff at more touristy locations, so you shouldn't have a problem. Just make sure to start all of your conversations with bonjour and you'll be fine. Or if you want to try and ask for directions in French, you can say bonjour, où est le ligne 1, direction Château de Vincennes, which means, hello, where is the Line 1 Metro in the direction of Château de Vincennes? We post videos twice a month with our best Paris tips and tricks, so if you want to ace your first trip to Paris, click one of the videos around me to prepare yourself for your trip.